In this video, I want to show you how to create your own FIPS-enabled Ubuntu EKS image using EC2 Image Builder for your EKS FIPS nodes. So here we are at EC2 Image Builder, and we are going to click on Create Image Pipeline. We are going to enter a name here, Ubuntu Pro FIPS EKS image. You can set the schedule for building your image. You can, for example, build it weekly, daily. You can set the time. Then let's scroll down, leave everything by default, and we are going to create a new recipe. The recipe is how we tell EC2 Image Builder to build your own image. Let's enter a name, version 1.0.0. This recipe enables FIPS from an Ubuntu Pro EKS image. Here you can select Manage Instance, Marketplace Instance, but we are going to select our own custom AMI that we're going to grab automatically using SSM Parameter Store. Why SSM Parameter Store? Because it maintains a parameter that you can use to be sure that you are going to grab the latest AMI possible. So let's jump into the documentation. This is the Find Ubuntu Images on AWS. Scroll down. We're clicking here on EKS. This is how you would get it from the command line interface, but we only need the last part of the parameter. This SSM parameter will get you the latest 2404 image, but we want for this exercise EKS Pro because we want to enable FIPS. So let's change EKS to EKS Pro, because in the regular EKS image you cannot enable FIPS. We need 2204 because 2204 has FIPS already certified. This is the currentest version of EKS. And the last important change, because starting from Ubuntu 2404 we started to use GP3 as the general partition table. Before that you have to use GP2. Okay, let's scroll down. If you see here the information, we are grabbing the latest image and it's already detecting it. We have the AMI ID there. If you would like to remove SSM agent, there is a checkbox there. I like to keep it there because I can also check the health from SSM. Okay, now we are going to click on components, create a new component. This component will enable FIPS on the machine. Base version. Now we select Ubuntu 2204. KMS, we are going to leave it by default. We are clicking here on use an example. We have all the 3 steps here. Let's remove the test because test falls under a different component. So let's change the name. This is for enabling FIPS on the machine only. And an Ubuntu Pro machine. First step is enable FIPS. This is an Ubuntu Pro host. First line is to wait for the Pro client to finish, because when you launch a new Ubuntu Pro image, it will contact the Ubuntu Pro entitlement server, activate the Pro entitlements, and after that finishes, run this command, Pro enable FIPS updates, and then -- assume yes. Otherwise, the process will break waiting for the customer to input. And validation is once I enable FIPS updates, I need to validate that it worked well. I need to paste some magic here that will ping the Pro API to see which services got enabled, and I need to just check that FIPS got enabled. That's it. And click here on Create Component. Now we need the testing component. This component tests booted machine if it's on FIPS mode or not. So again, selecting Ubuntu 2204, I'm going to use a test example. We see now that we have only the testing block. This will test if a machine is running on FIPS mode. Testing FIPS, and now the command, I'm gonna paste something that will show me. This file will give me 1 if it's enabled and nothing or 0 if the kernel is not running on FIPS mode. Alright, done. Components are done. Let's go back to our recipe. So let's add components owned by me. Here we can see our recently created components. Let's select enabling FIPS, added. Now testing, owned by me, testing FIPS, add recipe, and that's it. The rest is default configuration for the image pipeline. You can add tags if you need. Next, we're going to use a default workflow and leave everything by default. Click next. Distribution settings is something that is interesting also to mention, is that sometimes you would like to also create a new distribution setting. So for example, when you create a new AMI, you would like to distribute that AMI in different ways. For example, create your own SSM parameter so you can pull the SSM from CloudFormation templates or any other automation. But for making this short, we're going to leave it as it is by default. Okay, let's click here on next. And that's it. That is my pipeline, create pipeline. And it should be running now weekly, but we are going to manually run it to test if it's able to create a new AMI. Okay, now it's building. We're going to pause the video for the sake of time. Okay, we're back. Now the image is available. You can see information about our recipe used, the artifact created, and here you can see that there is an AMI ID. As you can see also here more information. We have the AMI ID created with our pipeline. It's an Ubuntu Pro Linux image, as you can see here. And that's it. Now we have our own EKS FIPS image enabled, and now you can deploy it with your regular tools that you use for your FIPS clusters. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.